Hi, I hope you didn't miss me so much here. Welcome back once again. If this is your first time here, my name is Josephine. You can call me Jay. And yeah, we're here to learn. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the scholarship I mentioned earlier. I'm going to give you a detailed breakdown of the whole process and yeah, for now. So let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you have any questions as well, you can ask. So yeah, we are going to quickly run through the procedure. Okay, so this document is actually going to talk about the benefits of studying in Ireland. It talks about the program itself. So you have your eligibility requirements and then the application process. Okay, so with the application process, it's in three stages. So the stage one, stage two, and then stage three. So the stage one is it's like a preliminary stage here. So you see how you take aptitude tests before they know you are qualified for a particular course or anything. So this is just going to assess whether you qualify, and then you go to stage two, which is the actual application. Okay. So with the stage one, we'll talk about the documents required. We talk about submission of the application. We'll talk about information that they are supposed to submit, your education level, your English proficiency, and a lot. Yeah. So let's just move to stage one. This is benefits. So later I'll share the documents later so you can go through for yourself. Okay. But yeah, so what the program offers is a selling in allowance towards items needed on arrival in Ireland. Okay, a settling in allowance, like the name implies. I don't need to explain this, I guess. Then completion and departure allowance at the end of the study period. Okay, and then you receive monthly stipend of 700 euros, which is subject to review, and then student accommodation paid for trimesters one and two, normally September to May. So that's the um, duration of the program. Okay, and in trimester three, a monthly accommodation stipend of 800, 2,000, depending on the location. Okay, so this tells me that the third trimester is not going to be residential. Yeah, kinda, because it is they're going to give you the allowance, or it depends on maybe the time your program is going to end, or yeah. So that's basically it, which is subject to review, meaning it could change, yeah, or remain the same. Okay. And then it says what? In addition, the Ireland Fellows Program features many extracurricular training and volunteering opportunities to help you make the most of your. So all of those things are covered for. But then I also read that some of the optional workshops and seminars are not going to be paid for because they're optional. But if it's compulsory, if it's a requirement for your program, then they're going to cover. Okay, so let's talk about the eligibility requirement. So it's this program is mainly for Africans. Okay, so and it's starting in 2026. So you have to get your things together and everything, and then arrival is around August or September 2026. So to qualify, you need to be a resident national of one of the countries listed below. We have Angola, Burundi, DR Congo, Djibouti, Eritrea, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Malawi, Mozambique, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. Okay, these are pages for specific countries. So I specifically I'm doing this for Ghanaians and maybe a few Nigerians who might be watching. Okay, and then if your country is not listed here, it means that you are not eligible to apply. So you may as well look at other opportunities and yeah. And you must have a minimum of 2 or 3 years substantial work experience that is directly related to your proposed program of study. depending on the country. Okay, so it's trying to tell you that you must have substantial work experience, which means that you have to, have some kind of knowledge in the course you are applying to. You have to have done some work on what you intend to do. Okay, yeah. And I read somewhere that they are going to, so let's say you have done 1 year internship as a student, you've done 1 year internship, they are going to calculate that as 6 months. So every, like, the number of months you've done or the number of years you've done is going to be divided by two if it is an internship you took. Okay, but if it's a normal work, like you 9 to 5, and you have been employed, like if you are doing national service for 1 year, it's going to be seen as 1 year. Okay, but if it's an internship and let's say you did 6 months, it will be divided by two. Okay, because they believe that you don't have, it wasn't something you were doing like full time. Yeah, that's what it's just trying to say here. And then you should have a bachelor's degree accredited, sorry, from an accredited government recognized higher education institution, which I think most of the universities in Ghana are. So you don't have to worry a lot about that. With an average of 3.0, which in many schools will be second class upper. Yeah, out of a 4.0 skill. Okay, so in my school, for instance, first class is 3.6 to 4.0, and then second class is 3.2 to 3.5, I think 5.9 or something. Yeah, so in my, if you're from my school, you are going to be able to apply even if you have second class lower, because 3.2 in my school is second class lower, but then in other schools it will be second class upper or something. Yeah, so average, your GPA should be 3.0 or better. Yes. And yeah, and it must have been awarded in 2014 or later. Okay, that is within the last 12 years. So if your certificate is 2002, I'm sorry, but yeah, you can't. And at the time of application, you shouldn't hold any qualification at master's level or higher. Okay, so if you've done master's already and you want to do a second master's, then I'm sorry, this is not for you. If you have a PhD or you're a PhD candidate, or no, this is not for you. This is for undergrads, those people with only undergrads and maybe some diploma or something. Yeah, okay. And this is same with candidates from Senegal should no, that's not a business. Yeah, sorry. Okay, well, let me just read as well. Candidate from Senegal should contact the Embassy of Ireland in Dakar on this. Okay, so when we go down, I'll show you. There's so you contact the embassy, the Irish embassy in your country. Okay, for the whole application stuff here. Yeah, so and you are not currently undertaking a program at master's level or higher, or be due to start a program at master's level or higher in 2026. Okay, yeah, I hope this is self-explanatory. So some of us have offers from schools that we've accepted and we know that we are going to go. So if you're part of those people, it means you are not eligible for this. Yeah, be applying to commence a new program at master's level in Ireland no sooner than August here. Like I said, be able to demonstrate the following leadership abilities and aspirations: a commitment to the achievement of SDGs in your own country. I know some of you don't know what SDGs are, but you should read. They really help. They're really that what sustainable development goals, and Ghana has. So please try and read on them. Okay, it's available on the internet. Yeah, have identified and selected 3 programs relevant to your academic and professional background. Okay, so this is a directory of eligible programs, which I'll go through later. Have a clear understanding of the academic and English language proficiencies required for all programs chosen. You must not have applied to the Ireland Fellows program on more than one previous occasion. Yeah, so if you've applied already, maybe last year or last 2 years you applied, then I'm sorry, but you are not eligible for this as well. Be in a position to take up the fellowship in the academic year. You should. In addition, applications are by invitation only in the following countries. Yeah, there are a couple of countries that are here that if you are a citizen or yeah from that country, you have to be invited before you can apply. This means that fellowships in these countries are restricted to the staff of government departments and NGOs which work in partnership with blah blah blah. It's a lot. So let's talk about the stage one, which is the preliminary application. It opened on 30th June 2025 and it's going to close on 25th July. That's Friday. So you remember I told you it's going to end soon. Yeah, it's ended on Friday. So a copy of stage one application form is found below, and the selection panel is going to assess your eligibility under the various criteria. Okay. So after stage one, if you are eligible, then you proceed to stage two. Okay, so if you are eligible from stage one, or let's say, in other words, if you pass stage one, then the embassy is going to reach out to you and then lets you proceed to stage two. So let's go and come. So you can download the stage one application form here, and for Nigeria and Ghana via the Education in Ireland website. So before we come back to stage two, okay, let's quickly browse through the directory of eligible programs. Okay. Yeah, so we have a lot of programs, a lot of master's programs. So these are the schools. We have a lot of schools here as well. So here are the schools, and then when you come, this is a map of Ireland. Yeah, so here are the courses. Okay, so you take note of the course code and the university. So these are the abbreviations of the universities. These guys are the abbreviations of the universities. Okay, so you take note of that, and then the course code, and then the full name of the course. Okay, so when you come here, these are the abbreviations. So in the program category, there's no full name of the school, so it's just the abbreviation. So once you are filling, you just check the abbreviation and then you come and look for the full meaning here at the top. Okay, so you have a lot of courses. I can't go through them one after the other, but then I'll share the link, or you can reach out to me and then I'll share the whole document with you, and then you can do justice. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of courses here. So yeah, let's go back here to stage one. So because I'm Ghanaian, I'm going to click Education in Ireland website, and then this is where it is going to take me. Okay, so you see it shows here that this page is for applicants from Nigeria to the Island Fellows Program. Okay, then you go to main page. Then because I'm from Ghana, I'll just click on the applying from Ghana, and then it takes me to the Ghana people's own. Yeah. So this is a little introduction. So you just come here, you start your application. So then again, you can see eligible programs here. So you can just click on it if you forgot what you were looking for or the programs you selected. Okay, and they should be relevant to your professional or academic background here. So you just click on. You can also check your eligibility. if if whatever. So the full application guide, I have the document, so I can share with you if you reach out to me that you want it. So you click on start your application, and then it will application So yeah, this is how it looks. Okay, this let me just go through it slowly so that there are 9 steps. Okay, before you proceed, so you have to read everything. Read. Submit your information, and yeah, you saw there was IELTS requirements, right? So that is not needed. It is not a necessity at this very stage. Okay, at stage one. So you just the relevant the most relevant documents you need in stage one are your proof of identification, so you can have your Ghana card or your passport, and then your degree certificate, and then your transcript. Okay, those are the key documents you need for this application, and then you fill a few. Yeah, these are some personal information. Continue these. The fields are required. I don't want to go through the process again. You can only apply once, and I mean, I can still go through and not continue, but it's stressful. I mean, so you just try to you submit your information, and then mind you, I wouldn't say personal statement because it is not. I mean, it's personal statement, but then there are questions that you send your reply to. Okay, so you just do that. They're going to ask you a few questions: why you should be chosen, why you think this is going to help, what you think is going to, you know, foster some alliance between Ghana and Ireland, how you are going to contribute to that, and all that. So basically, that's it with stage one. So after stage one, then you you go to stage two. So after stage one, if you are if you pass, then the Irish embassy is going to reach out to you and then let you know the next steps. Okay, then you move to stage two, which is the detailed application. Okay, which opens 22nd September 2025 and closes on 17th October. So that is when you actually apply to the schools. Okay, the schools you selected the programs for. So that is it for stage two. And then let me just read. If your stage one application and your English language test are successful, you'll be invited. So it says here that if you are shortlisted and you do not have your certificate yet, then you can even take the test using Duolingo. So you don't have to worry a lot about the IELTS and all that. Yeah, just put it through. If you go through stage one, then you can talk about the test and all that. And then stage two, you apply to the school. That is the detailed application form, including submission of all required documents. And then stage three is the interview. And then after interview, then you start talking about, travel and all of that. Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, official identification, either your passport or other official documentation if you don't have a passport at this time, your undergrad degree award certificate, and then your final academic transcript. Okay. Yeah. So I mentioned you have to save all the 3 documents. So you have your passport, you have your transcript, certificate. You have to save them in a directory on your Google Drive and then upload the link. So in the application for stage one, you are not going to upload the files directly. Okay, so you upload them on your Google Drive and then you copy and paste the link in the application. I hope I made sense too. Yeah. So here are a few, the countries and the email address of the Irish embassy in that country. Okay. So let's take Ethiopia for instance. Applicants from Ethiopia, South Sudan, and then Djibouti are all supposed to submit to the Ethiopian embassy, the Irish embassy in Ethiopia. Sorry, the Irish embassy in Ethiopia through this email. Okay, and Kenya, Somalia, Sudan, all of them are supposed to. But like I mentioned, for Ghanaians and Ghana and Nigerian applicants, you just have to click the link here, and then it's going to take you directly to the page. Yeah, so that's it for stage one. Let me know. 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 So yeah, if you are from Ghana, work experience. If you are from Ghana, minimum is 2 years. But if you are from Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Uganda, Zimbabwe, the minimum is 2 years. But for the rest, it's 3 years. Yeah. So basically, yeah, that's it with stage one. So let's see. Let me know if you go through stage one, and then yeah, let's see how things will go. Okay, I hope this helped. Though, if you have any questions or any contributions or any clarifications, just let me know, and I'm going to respond. Okay, as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in my next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to who you think needs it. Okay, bye bye.